Welcome back in Noble Fates Riverlands update. My name is Oscar, your Chicken Man, and today we take a closer look at the different races in Noble Fates, because Riverlands update is giving us not one, but 3 new races, which raise total amount up to 6 different races in vanilla game. Of course, we have a bunch of different race mods already in the game, and modders are updating them, but today we talk about vanilla ones since all of them has some unique features. Let's cover all 6 of them. I went and dive into data files and find details about races and how they work. From this quote-unquote word vomit, I hope I found all key data and haven't missed anything super important hidden details. What is your favorite race or race mod in Noble Fates? Comment down below. And now it's time to jump all the way back in fall of 2021 when I got my hands on Noble Fates first time. And I fell in love instantly. I came from Rimworld and settled into Noble Riverlands, which were simple but full of potential. Back then we had 2 races, humans and orcs. Let's mention that all races has different base opinions for other races and hide and such, but since each noble has unique personal opinions, this will mix opinion pools so much that I feel that race-based opinions has low impact in the gameplay overall, and it would take forever to cover all of them anyway. So first we have human, our Zack here. And humans is chose to be baseline for aging and XP gain. Human overall is just normal noble without anything fancy, and building and farming potential +1 and -1 for aging. And then we do have orcs, our rank here. These goofy tiny Shreks, which life expectation is 0.65 human lifespan, so orc will live shorter life, but they gain 1.5 times XP, and they are made for melee combat with +1 guarding potential. So these soldiers might live short life, but whole the time they will defend your kingdom and master their skills faster. Bow isn't their strong suit since they have -1 for hunting, but +1 for lodging gives nice job options with guarding. Dwarves was 3rd race added in game. This happened with feature update 5, and back then we got a bunch of new toys in game. Thank you dwarves for your special knowledge. June 26, 2023, dwarves found their way top of Noberia soils and brought us so much new in-game. Dwarves has a funny unique attribute. Adults need 1 alcohol drink every 3 days. Maybe dev team has played old school RuneScape and seen too many drunken dwarves. This might feel challenge, but don't worry. I have never offered any alcohol for any of my nobles, and I have never seen any major problems with it. I didn't even know this until one day I saw it in attributes section. So don't be scared of it. Dwarves lives 1.5 times longer than human, but gain 0.75 XP. Since they are from underground, they have ideal temperature of 15. Their skill potential is very expected, +1 for mining and crafting, and -1 for farming. And while you listen my voice in trance, remember subscribe my channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss any future Noble Fates content and other random gameplay videos I'm making for you people. And now, January 6th, 2026. That Tuesday will change Noble Fates forever. And I'm so glad I have day off. But we are getting even more different races in game, and first of them is Nature Lover, our tiny halflings. Halflings live 1.33 times human lifespan, and their XP gain is 0.75. Halflings has most different potential settings. They aren't fighters, they are Noberian's own hippies with -1 potential for guarding and hunting, but if you take care of them, they will take care of you, with +1 for foraging, ranching and cooking. They also have enormous feet, and that's why they have unique attributes that they can't wear any feet gear. They are used to run around with bare feet, collecting berries and hugging trees. And then we have something evil coming from underground. First dwarves found their way on surface, and now something else. Something dark is coming, and dark elves is second race with ideal temperature of 15. They live 2 times longer than human with 0.5 XP gain. They live long but learn slower, which makes total sense. They are very good fighters with potential +1 for hunting and guarding, and if they survive their full lifespan, they master combat and carry you through battles. But they aren't made for preaching with -1 potential. And here comes the twist. Dark Elves is first race with day cycle attribute, and they are nocturnals, so you can't copy and paste your normal daily schedule anymore for every adults in your kingdom. And then of course, once we have Dark Elves, we need opposite force to keep balance, and High Elf seems to be more peaceful than dark variant. Specs is pretty similar with Dark Elves, 2 times lifespan with 0.5 XP gain. But since High Elves aren't from underground, they don't have ideal temperatures. These elves can use bow well with +1 hunting, but guarding is opposite -1 potential. And when evil-ish dark elves fail preaching, High Elves have Silver Tongue and they have +1 potential for preaching. And that's all. Our 6 vanilla races we have after Riverlands update, and if you add race mods in game as well, you get pretty good race pool roaming around Noberia. This is now 4th and last video about new things that amazing Riverlands update gives us. If you haven't seen my other videos, I highly recommend check out my channel so you know how huge this update really is. And as always, something I would change for our topic. All these features would be added in attribute sections in game. Like Nocturnal. Wait, are you? Yeah, you're Dark Elf. Like Nocturnal for Dark Elves. So if you forget this and might wonder what is causing problems, you could see from attributes easily all things affecting on the race. Of course, opinion and esteem tabs gives a lot of information, but I just like to see it under attributes. And age been problem for me personally ever since I started playing this game. Age would be much easier to understand if it were simply shown differently. Since human race is baseline for age and aging, and human have their average age, for example 60 years. Other races would actually get older than 60 if they live longer than human and not just age slower, which is super annoying and confusing. It could be just simple. If High Elf has 2 times lifespan, they can live up to 120 years if human average is 60, etc. This would simply just make it so much more sense and would visually show Noble actual age without hassling. Of course, babies and kids, I would just let them all grow and age same speed, and once adults, then race differences would impact on aging. What do you think? What would be your dream race you like to see in game? If you can choose any fictional or real or what races you would like to see in Nobury. But that's all for me, people. Short 10 minutes from all our races. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and overall Noble Fates Riverlands update. Let's keep playing beta and help dev team to point out different problems with new stuff, so launch at January 6th will be smooth as possible. Have an awesome rest of your year. See you again once the Riverlands update is out. Then it's time to start new playthrough with all new fancy toys, and I'm so stoked about this update and I can't wait next year. Chicken Man out.